So let's talk about the component library and Chakra UI in this video. Before we will start with the Chakra UI and the component library, let's get a brief idea about the component as well in React. So I'm running a React app on port number 3000 and let's go on a VS Code. And in the VS Code, you will find in app.tsx, we have a three things: text, paragraph and button. This is a component. Okay, so in a React, a component is a reusable code which we use again and again to make some UI. So I will not going to go on a div, but let me show you the thing. Okay, so here in a source folder we have another folder called example, and in the example I have created three different files. First one is text, paragraph and button. So I have used it in app.tsx only, like this way. Okay, so if I will go on a browser, then you will find that I am printing hello world and this is paragraph and click me as three thing. Okay, so suppose I wanted to print another message. Instead of the hello world, I wanted to print hi or namaste. Okay, I wanted to use the same thing, but okay, so that is a reusing the thing, right? I wanted to print a message like this way only, like h1 tag only. So instead of writing the thing again and again, like suppose if I will go on a hello world and text, suppose here we have the h1 tag, and each of the tag have a style props. In a style props we can provide the styling. This is the inline styling. If we wanted to provide the font color, or just say the color, okay, let me say the color, and I wanted to provide the color as the green. Okay, so this is the inline styling. We do inline styling like this, and if I will go here, then you will find that the hello world color is changed. So now here is the funda. I wanted to print another word like this only, which have the h1 tag and which have the same color as a green. So instead of writing the whole h1 tag again, what I can do, I can use this text again. Okay, so if I will go on app.tsx and let me just copy this text component again, and if I will print it, then in a browser you will find we got two hello world printed here like this. Okay, because I have used the component twice, that's why we have printed this hello world two times. Okay, so that is a reusable piece of code which is called the component. But as I told that I wanted to print some another text message instead of the hello world. Okay, so let's implement that as well. So here we have created a type. This is an interface, and with help of the interface we create types in a TypeScript, as I already told about you. And I wanted to take a props like a text, and which will be having a type as a string. So in a TypeScript, if you wanted to get some props from the parent component to the child component, to get a props we define first a type. Okay, so here I have defined the types, and we get a props like this text and the type of the props. So here this is a text props I wanted to get from the parent to the child, and this is a type of the props. And let's use this text. So if we wanted to use this variable inside the JSX, so this is a JSX, right? It is not a HTML, it's a JSX because we are using inside the JavaScript. Okay, so this is a JSX, and if you wanted to use this props variable inside the JSX, we can't use the text like this. So if I will use the text like this, then if you go on a browser, then it will going to print the text like this only, just a normal text. But this is a variable, it's not a normal string, it's a variable which we are getting from the parent to the child, and this variable will have a different values like it will be have a hello world or hey there or something else. So if we use this variable inside the JSX, then we have to wrap it inside the curly braces. Okay, right now it will going to not going to print anything because from the app.tsx we are not sending anything as a text props, and because of that you can see we are getting an error. That's a beauty of the TypeScript. As I told that if we supposed to get some kind of props from the parent to child, if we don't pass anything from the parents to child, then TypeScript will throw an error. So let me pass a text. First text will be hey there, okay, and second text will be namaste, and okay, I did wrong here. And if I will hit the save, and if we will go on a browser, then you will find we have one text as a hey there and second text is a namaste, which have the same property as the hey there. Okay, so this text we are using the same code for printing the hey there and hello word in the namaste. So this is a component because we are using the same code again and again to show something in our UI. Similarly, in app.tsx you will find that we have the paragraph, and in the paragraph as of now we are printing this is the paragraph message only. Let me go on a paragraph as well, and the paragraph tag also take, every tag on a HTML, if we use inside the JSX, in the JavaScript, every tag will accept a property called style, and we can do the inline styling here. So suppose if I will change the background color of this thing, so background color will be, let me use the hot pink, and let's use the color to black. Okay, so you will get to this thing later. I just wanted to help you to understand that yeah, we can do the inline styling as well in our React. Okay, so if I will go here, then you will find the color of the text is the black and background color is the pink. Okay, and what about use the same property for other text also? So suppose let's get another parameter just like we did on the text. So similarly we will get as a props from the parent, and we will going to use this text here. Instead of this is a paragraph, let's get it from the parent. Okay, and let's go on app.tsx, let's get the text hey all. Oh sorry, we had to use it like this because it's a string. Then you can see that we are getting hey all, and we can use this component again and again everywhere on our website. Okay, because it's a component, we can use it anywhere in our website. Similarly, we have the button. So in the button, instead of just changing the name, let's change the property as well. Suppose I wanted to create two different kind of button. First button will have a background color as a black, and second button will have a background color as a yellow. So if I will go on a button.tsx, so here let me create a background color. Okay, and the color in HTML is always a string, so that's why we will going to get a background color. And let's provide the type of the props, and also let's get a button text which will going to have a string also, and let's take it as a parameter. So like this we can get two different props from the parent to the child. We just have to define it on a props type and we will get it like this. Okay, so here button also have the style props. Remember, I'm using a curly braces already over here. Okay, and inside the curly braces these curly braces will act as a object. So if I will use the background color over here, so we don't need to use this thing inside this object. It's a normal a JavaScript code. We are creating an object, so we can directly use this background color over here. We don't need to wrap this background color inside the curly braces. But yes, while using the variable inside the JSX, then only we need to wrap it inside the curly braces. So let's go on app.tsx and let's create two different buttons which have a text called click me, with have a background color as I'm going to assign a random color 09876, and it have a different text color, text press me, and with the background color, like you can see that because we are using the TypeScript, that's why it's giving a autocomplete thing. Okay, so here let's use red and let's hit the save, and let's go here. Then you will find that it is the same code. Okay, and using the same code only and just a single line, we are defining the thing in a single line. Okay, we can create a different UI. And okay, so this is a component thing in React. All the website, we break down the thing in a smaller chunk of pieces and we create it a simple component, and we use it, we use all the component across the website. So that is a component. If you go on a button, this is a button code. Okay, so instead of using this component over here, like if we don't want to use this button component over here, we have to just write a bunch of code again and again. We have to paste the code 2 times, and we have to assign the background color which we are passing over here. Okay, and we have to change the name also, like click me something. Okay, here also we need to change the background color to red. Praise me. So here the thing which we did copy and pasting, and it is behaving like the same. But see, now the code is heavy. We have a right now a 37 number of line of code, and while we use the component, we just have like 17 number of line of code. So that's a beauty of the React, that we can write a code once and use that code again and again over the website, and that simple thing is called component in the React. Okay, so that is the component thing in a React. But what about the component library? So here you can see that. Okay, let me go over here and let me just uncomment all the button. So here you can see that we are doing the styling. Okay, so you can see that this button is not looking great. Okay, and this button is also not looking great. If I will go on our Figma design, then you will find that we need this kind of button. This is a button, this is also a button. Okay, here this is a button, so it is icon button. Okay, this is a text button, this is a button with the background. So you can see that we have a different kind of button. And if we write the code by our own, then we have to do lot of styling as well. Like we have to change the height and width of this button, add some background color, something like this. Like we have to write the code by our own, and we need to do the styling by our own, and it will going to take some time. Also you can see that this is a heading. Okay, so and this is also a heading. Okay, so this heading and this heading is a different heading. Okay, and the font size and line spacing and all are different. So what I wanted to tell you that when we will going to implement this thing like this circular image also, we need to write a CSS by our own to make our image circular. So all this thing we have to do by our own. If we will going to write the code by our own, and it will going to take a large amount of time as well. Okay, it will require time and amount of code writing. Okay, so here the component library comes into the picture. Okay, so suppose let's talk about the button in the circular image only. So if I will go on a Chakra UI, for this we already have a component implemented by the Chakra UI itself. Okay, so let's talk about this circular image. If we will going to write this thing by our own, it will going to take some time, but in a Chakra UI we already have a component implemented for us, that is a avatar. So here this kind of circular image thing is already implemented, that is a avatar. What we have to do, that we have to import it from the Chakra UI. Okay, and we just have to pass the name of the image and the source where we wanted to show the image. That's it, and Chakra UI will help us to render that circular kind of image for us in our website. Also same goes for the button also. You saw that we have a different kind of button. Here we have a button which have the background color. Okay, here we have a button which don't have a background color or border. Okay, so if we will go to write this code, it will going to take a time again, but Chakra UI again will going to help us. Here we have a multiple button variety available. So here the variety available for the size and the variety available for the type of button as well. So here we have a button with background color and border. Here we have a button with the outline. Here we have a button with don't have a background color and a border, which is already implemented, and that's what we need, right? We need a button with this kind of UI, we need a button with this kind of UI, and it is already implemented on a Chakra UI. So that is a component library. In a component library, we get the component like a basic component already implemented for us. Okay, so we talk about the button. What about this background, I mean this kind of card? Here you can see that, right? Here we need to wrap the text, a different kind of text inside the box. Okay, so that is already implemented on a Chakra UI. We have a container, we can wrap the thing inside the container. We have a box as well, and we can use it like this, like a card as well. So all the thing is already implemented for us in a Chakra UI. That's why it is called a component library. In a component library, we already get some component already implemented for us. Okay, so we don't need to bother about writing so much amount of code. We just need to bother about developing the UI very fast. Okay, and Chakra UI will help us to tweak the thing also, like if we wanted to change the background color of this card or something else, that is super easy in a Chakra UI. So this is a brief introduction about the component and what is the component library. Component is a reusable amount of code. We have to use it again and again over the website, and component library came into the picture where the thing is already implemented for us. Okay, so we don't need to bother about writing the so much amount of code. So that's it, and let's configure the React with Chakra UI and the with the TypeScript in the next video. But before I will move forward, I will wanted to share one thing, that we have a different kind of component library available for us. I told you about the Chakra UI. We also have a Material UI for the React. We have a React Bootstrap which also provides amount of component already pre-implemented for us. We have a ant design, we have a semantic UI. So these are the component library. You can just go and learn about it. But in this video series, we are going to talk about the Chakra UI. If you go on a Chakra UI, you will get a documentation of all kind of component already implemented for us. You can just go and see the thing, like we have a checkbox. We don't need to write the code for the checkbox also. We have the form controller, all the thing like pin, if you wanted to add some pin. So these are all the thing is already implemented for us. We just have to use it on our React app, and we will going to see that how to use it in our React app in the next coming videos. Till that, please don't forget to subscribe the channel, like the video and share the video to your friend. Please support this channel so I will highly motivated. Okay, if this video helps you, please like it and share it to your friend. Thank you all. Happy coding. Let's configure our React app in the next video.